Every new stage your baby enters presents opportunities for new things to buy. But do you really need to go and buy a bunch of new feeding gadgets just because it's time for your baby to start solid foods? Hi, I'm Katie Ferraro, mom of 7 and registered dietitian specializing in baby-led weaning. And in this video, we're gonna look at a few feeding items that I really think you do not need to waste your time or your money on. And the last one on this list might throw you for a loop. So let's get started. First baby feeding item to skip is certainly a baby food maker. If you are going to be making your baby's own food, you likely already own all of the kitchen tools that can make this possible. All baby food makers do essentially is to make food soft so it's safe for your baby to eat. And you know what else makes food soft? A pot with a lid filled with water, or your microwave, or your oven, or the Instant Pot that you already own that's still in the box. The point is, a baby food maker may sound like something you need if you've never made baby food before, but once you realize that it's essentially a $150 steamer, you can easily pass on this product designed only to complicate the process of helping your baby learn how to eat. If you're doing baby-led weaning, you might be surprised how many kitchen items you already own that can make soft, solid foods safe for your baby to eat. Check out my other video called Kitchen Cutting Tools for ideas on tools that you already have in your kitchen that can make foods safe. The second item to skip in the baby feeding aisle are these tent-like contraption bibs I'm seeing everywhere that claim to eliminate the mess of starting solid foods. These tent-style bibs completely cover your baby's arms and their shoulders. Some even spread over like the entire high chair tray. And the problem with tent-style bibs is they severely restrict your baby's range of motion. And so while the idea of eliminating the mess sounds like a good thing, it's actually not. Learning how to eat is a full-blown sensory experience for your baby, and babies need the freedom to explore all of the sensory aspects of learning how to eat, which includes touching and smelling the food and sniffing the food and smashing the food. So my recommendation is to skip the tent-style bibs that restrict your baby's range of motion and choose a bib designed to minimize the mess, but in a developmentally appropriate way. The bibs that I like are from a brand called Bapron Baby. And these Bapron bibs are made from a really lightweight, waterproof material that will not weigh your child's head and their neck down like some of those heavier silicone trough bibs will. Now, a Bapron is essentially a pinafore style bib. And what I love about these is that they tie snugly under your baby's shoulder blades in the back, but they're not all up in your baby's neck, which can be a negative sensory experience. This is also great because as your baby gets older, they can't just rip the bib off their neck with this design. Now, Bapron also makes a really nice lightweight splash mat that goes underneath your baby's high chair. You use this to recycle dropped food from the splash mat back up onto your baby's plate in order to minimize waste and keep things a tad cleaner as your baby is learning how to eat. If you want to check out the Bapron bibs and splash mats, I am an affiliate for Bapron Baby, and I have a discount code along with my favorite Bapron products linked in the description of this video. Mesh feeders are another gimmicky baby feeding item not worth your time or your money, plus they can be dangerous. Mesh feeders are a creation intended to prey on parents' fears of their baby choking. These products claim to offer a safe way for babies to eat by the parents placing pieces of food in a mesh bag, which is connected to a piece of plastic that the baby holds and then essentially sucks on. The problem with mesh feeders is that, again, they impede the full sensory experience of learning how to eat. We want your baby to explore the actual food, okay? That includes experiencing the food's flavor and the taste and the texture, not sucking on a mesh bag under the pretenses of choking reduction. These products have not been proven to reduce choking risk, not to mention that any food that you put into a mesh feeder, you could offer directly to your baby prepared in a way that is safe for your baby to eat. Another safety consideration with mesh feeders is that they should never be offered to babies who have teeth or even one tooth. It says all over the packaging not to give your baby this product if they have teeth, yet I see parents doing this all the time, right? They throw the packaging away, then they plop some fruit in a mesh feeder, hand it to the baby who starts pulling the bag against their teeth, at which point they could actually extract their baby teeth. So I've seen babies extract their baby teeth because of these feeders. They're dangerous and absolutely unnecessary. Another big area of infant feeding that you can feel free to skip are baby food pouches. Now, some parents are surprised by this. They're thinking, well, there's whole aisles at the grocery store dedicated to baby food pouches. They must be developmentally appropriate. The truth is, there is no developmental milestone that says your baby has to learn to suck out of a pouch. The problem with pouches is they remove, again, the entire sensory experience of learning how to eat. With the pouch, your baby doesn't see what that food is. Your baby doesn't smell what that food is. Your baby's not touching the actual food. And on top of that, the food that's often advertised to be in the pouch rarely exists in any measurable quantity inside of the actual product. Parents buy pouches that tout ingredients like kale or spinach, foods that you, to be honest, could really make safe for babies to eat on their own. But when you take these ingredients and you put them in a pouch, you find they're always bathed in sweet, fruity flavors like applesauce or pear puree, thus masking the true taste of the food that you're actually interested in getting your baby to learn how to eat. My last beef about pouches, they're expensive. I see families spending $3 or $4 per pouch, buying multiple pouches a day, and that's not even coming close to meeting their baby's nutritional needs. It is significantly cheaper and developmentally and nutritionally more appropriate to stick to real food for your baby. My suggestion for pouches, save pouches for once in a while situations for convenience, like travel, and instead, most of the time, be offering your baby safe versions of the real foods that pouches claim to provide. So there you have it, a few baby feeding items not worth your time or your money. If you want to learn more about how to prepare real foods safely for early eaters, come check out my free 1-hour online video training called Baby-Led Weaning for Beginners. I've got tons of safe baby food prep tips for you in that training, and you can get signed up at babyledweaning.co or click the link in the description to register for this week's workshop times, and I'll see you there.